Hey guys, so I'm going to do the video I promised, which is the headband curls video. I did a couple of videos last weekend and I had done my headband curls, and a lot of you were asking how to do them and were commenting on how nice it was, so thank you very much for that. And I thought I would show you how to do it. All you need is a headband like this, just a stretchy one, and then you need a brush. And then either you can use water in a water spray or you can use leave-in conditioner. Today I'm using a volume thickening spray because I usually use leave-in conditioner, but last time for some reason it didn't hold my curls as well, so I think I just put too much leave-in conditioner in. So I'm going to try and use this and see if it helps any. So there's a couple of ways you can do this depending on the type of curls you want. If you want really thick curls, then we're going to be taking big pieces of hair kind of like this, and it wouldn't take very long at all. Or if you want little curls, like tiny tight curls, which is kind of what was in the video, then you want smaller pieces of hair kind of like this, so it takes a bit longer. So some of this video will be speeded up for you, sped up, sorry. So when you start, you basically just put the headband on. Not like you usually would for your makeup, but more like Rambo, like this. And then I am going to put it on again in a minute, but I just wanted to show you that you can either start like with your hair at the side and start from here. And this is basically all we're doing, just threading it through. But if you do that, this part of your fringe is going to be straight. Which is okay actually, because some people just want curls kind of at the end of their hair. And so you could do the same that side. Just, you know, the more you put your hair back like that, when you put your hairband on, so if you put it right the way back and put your hairband on like that and start it there, the curls are going to be at the bottom of your hair. If you want the curls right the way up to here, kind of as more towards your head, then you need to start brushing the hair sort of forward before putting the headband on. So you do need to brush through your hair before you put the headband on. And then I'm just going to make sure my hair is kind of forward into my face because I want the curl to start kind of here, not too much. And then you're just trying to smooth the headband on so that it doesn't get the hair too much in a loop like that. But if it does, you can just sort of pull it down or put your hand underneath it and pull it through. So that's you ready, looking like you're about to do a fame video. So you don't want to do this on soaking wet hair unless you've got really, really thin, fine hair. Then it may work. But I tried it on soaking wet hair and it just didn't dry through the night. But my hair is super, super thick. But you do want some dampness just to help it form that shape when it's going around the headband. So I'm going to start by spraying my hair and underneath it with some of this volume spray. It smells lovely, this. And then I'm going to take a piece. Now, like I said, if I wanted just loose curls, I would do one like that. But I want these fairly tight, so I'm going to take just a little piece. Pull it up. And what you do is just, with your left hand, pull the band out. And then put your finger up and just flick that piece of hair in under the band. That actually sounds more complicated than it is. It is literally just folding that piece of hair over the band. I'm going to take another piece and you just pull the band out. You can pull the band out with your right hand if you like, where I am, and then I'm holding the piece of hair with my other finger, and then I'm just going to grab it and pull it through. Another piece. I'm doing fairly small pieces because I want this to be pretty tight. Kind of lost what I was doing there. Suddenly, you know when you just have a complete blank. The funny thing about this is as well is it doesn't actually look too bad as a hairstyle once you get round. I'm going to start on the left hand side just to get some of the hair out of my face as well. I've got a little mirror here so I can see what I'm doing. And it's just exactly the same with the left side. Just pull the hairband out and flip the hair through. And again, it's up to you how tight you pull it, but the tighter you pull it, the tighter the curl will be, and maybe the longer it will hold, you know. That's certainly the case for me because my hair does not hold a curl at all, and this is certainly works much better than curling tongs. If I use curling tongs, it doesn't hold. If I use curling tongs for a night out, which I do sometimes because you've not always, you know, done it the night before, it holds for an hour or so at the most. Like the time I get to the event that I'm going to, the curls are gone or dropped into barely a wave. I'm just going to go back onto this side now. It's nicer once you've got all the hair off the front bit and kind of out of your way. I'm just going to lift that up and flick it through. Lift it up and flick it through. Can't believe how nice this smells actually. You can see it getting that sort of twisting effect. So you can see what I mean about it does actually look like quite a nice hairstyle when it's done up. And it is super comfortable to sleep in. Like there's nothing to worry about sleeping wise. You can't even feel it there. And it doesn't, you would think that it would come out, but it doesn't because the curls actually hold it in. It's moved normally when I wake up, this band has moved sort of back on my head, but the curls are holding it in place, which is great. That's a bit dry, so I'm just going to spray it a bit more. So as you can see, you're sort of spraying as you go along, so that you get each strand. And if you've not got as thick a hair as me, you won't need to do that, of course. But I have got like super thick hair, so I do need to continuously spray it. And what you'll find is you're getting different lengths of hair as you go round because you're continuing to curl the bits that have already perhaps been round once, you know, and you're just curling them round again. You grab them like with the next lot. When it's getting towards this end bit, it's easier sometimes. I'm just going to part it at the back there and pull it round so that there is a nice big gap in the headband to pull the curls through. And that can help. Now, this does take a long time, but I am going to time it. I didn't know exactly how long it took, so I've timed the beginning, and I'll let you know at the end how long that's taken. Hopefully I don't forget. So you can see here I've got different lengths of hair, and that's because these are the ones that have already been wound round. And again, you know, how long this all takes is dependent upon how long your hair is and how thick it is. And mine is fairly long and extremely thick. So you can see the longer bits are the kind of newer bits. So I'm going to try and get those and thread them in, and it is getting more difficult now. Actually no, those bits of hair are on top, so I'm going to take those out the way first. Like I said, if you try and make that parting in the middle, it does make it easier. And then you might end up getting, you know, bigger bits at the back, because if it's not crazy curly at the back, I don't mind too much. You know, so it doesn't need to be so tight. So I'm down to the last little bits, and I think now, because they've been round a few times, I'm going to try and do these just in 2 bits on each side. So just going to split that in half. Find the hole at the back and then pull it through. And what you're going to end up with is a little ducktail, which is okay, and we can just tuck that in again. You know, this camera angle is not particularly flattering. When I'm constantly looking down, I'm going to look like I've got a real big double chin. Never mind. So I'm just splitting it again, and then I'm just going to take this one bit here, put it through. Pull it through as best I can. And there's one little bit left that I'm just going to spray and try and tuck it in, but you might not be able to push this bit through. If you can't, it doesn't matter. I've done many of them where I haven't been able to get that last little bit through, and you just have to tuck the ends in. And like I said, there will be, see that little duck's tail, but actually some of this is coming out, so I am just going to redo that bit. It just gets so packed in there at the end that there's not enough room for everything. What you could do here, if you really wanted to speed it up, is you could probably blow dry it like this to speed up the process, and maybe even, you know, like blow dry it and walk around the house, and that would probably do it too. But sleeping on it just means you don't need to worry about it. So now that is all in, like I said, I've just sort of tucked it in at the back as much as I can, but there is some bit sticking out, but that's okay because we're going to hairspray it now. I'm using the Frizzies hairspray that is aerosol free, and you're just going to spray along the hairband just to make sure that it doesn't come out while you're sleeping. And just spray on the outside as well. That will just get it to hold more, like I said, while you're sleeping. And I promise you this is comfortable. I have bought so many different types of rollers to sleep in, and I can't sleep in any of them. I just find them, it's like your head's like doubled in size and you've got things pushing on it. But with this, I don't even notice it. And then when you get up in the morning, you can do your makeup because your hair's kind of out of your face and no problem at all. And then you take this out and you're kind of ready to go. You can maybe play around with it a little bit. But anyway, I will see you guys in the morning when hopefully this looks lovely and curly. Morning everyone, this is me having slept on my headband curls, and like I said, you can see that it kind of, the headband started off here, but it kind of slips back to here when you're sleeping, but it doesn't come out. So we're going to take this out and hope for the best. And there's no real easy way to take this out. Actually, you can sort of, I tend to sort of loosen it by pulling on it a little bit, and then it does come out fairly easy, but you can just sort of pull on it and shake them out, because obviously you don't want to pull the curls too much because you don't want to straighten them too much. So fingers crossed this is going to come out nice. That's it pretty much out. So I'm just gently pulling them. I can be gentle sometimes. And this is what you're left with. So this is what happens with when you do headband curls. Now you can either just leave it like this, or you can put a little bit of cream in it if you want to either make the curls drop a little bit. I've got a little bit of a tangle there for some reason. Or you can, like I said, leave it as it is, and then the cream you used is dependent on how much you want the curls to drop. So there's two creams that I use that were my favourites actually. The first one is the Lee Stafford Control Cream. It's called Here Come the Curls. And there's another one by Umberto Gianni called Silky Curls Soothing Balm. This one's a lot lighter and this one's heavier, so if this was too tight for you, you could use this thick one, but I don't mind this light one because the curls themselves will drop a little bit, obviously depending on how heavy your hair is, and this just makes it a little bit more sort of defined. So I've just taken a couple of pumps and I'm just sort of scrunching it into the hair just to kind of smooth it, I guess. And it smells lovely. That's not too bad. It's not actually as tight as I thought it was going to be. So, and again, if you like it really as it comes out, you can spray it into place, of course, which I think I might do today actually, because I do quite like that. And that's the headband curls. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was something that you'll try out. If anybody tries it and enjoys it, then let me know. Or if you have any problems or any questions or anything, then stick them in the comments and I'll see what I can do to answer them. But enjoy, and I'll see you in my next video.